All right, I was watching Nikki Haley's take on CNN about slavery and how America wasn't racist. And it's interesting because if it wasn't for slavery and racism, there wouldn't have been the 14th Amendment, which is why she gets to be here, given her birthright citizenship, which is why anybody born here gets to be a citizen. So slaves, the existence of them is why you get to be here talking crazy instead of in New Delhi or wherever you would have been born and had to stay. But to talk about the intent of the founding fathers, George Washington wore the teeth of slaves as dentures. Thomas Jefferson, after he wrote the Declaration of Independence, or maybe even during, raped Sally Hemings, a 14-year-old that he owned. Not only did he rape his property, which was Sally Hemings was his wife's, Martha's, half-sister, because Sally Hemings' mother was raped by Martha's father. You got to be a special kind of evil to talk about the freedom and equality of all people while you take a child and rape her. There's no disputing the fact that the Declaration of Independence is a stunningly beautiful document. But you know, crazy, racist pedophiles can write dope shit. They can be very talented that way. They can be great orators and writers. You know, Thomas Jefferson, the Declaration of Independence, you were writing while doing totally the opposite. You were doing something, you were dehumanizing people. You raped your slaves, had children, and owned them too. All the while extolling the virtues of freedom. And a woman like Nikki Haley, who wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for slaves, would have the citizenship she has and the right to talk as crazy as she does, wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for the blood and the murder and the rape and the terror and the brutality of slaves. The founding fathers' intent? What would you call it when somebody is talking about the virtues of freedom and humanity all the while raping a child? Yes, he was a talented orator and a writer. You know what? There are a lot of people like that who say one thing and do another, who are beautifully talented and brutal. The talent does not negate how unhumane you are. So yes, Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence. Yes, our founding fathers said all these wonderful things, but they did the total opposite. So Thomas Jefferson is dope and wrote some dope stuff. But all the while, he was not living up to his creed. He didn't do what it is he wrote. He raped and sold and owned, all the while writing this wonderful document. So Thomas Jefferson is really just R. Kelly with a powdered wig and a quill.